Hi everyone, today's video is going to be about my Airplant collection. The thing I like about Airplants is that they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. I find them very aesthetically pleasing to look at, and they don't need to be potted up, so in terms of care they're relatively easy. Airplants also have a variety of blooms, but for my collection I specifically wanted blooms that open. Because there are a lot of air plants where the blooms, they don't open fully, but they think the stamens kind of stick out to get pollinated. So that's why I got these plants, with the exception of two. So I don't have any labels for the plants. There's only one where I really don't know the name. One, I'm guessing the name, and the rest I got the name from where I bought them online. So this is the first plant. Actually, this is my mom's plant. It's not mine. I got it for her, I think, for Mother's Day, and it came in a glass terrarium, but that broke, and right now I'm just taking care of it for her. This one I have no idea what the name is. It's a NOID, and it's currently in spike. And this one, the flower is white, and it's a closed flower, so it doesn't really open, and it has a lot of pups. This is a pup that I accidentally broke off from the bottom a long time ago, and it's doing pretty well. I was a bit concerned because I had heard that you really shouldn't break off pups if they're super tiny, and this one broke off accidentally, but it's doing fine and it's growing well, so overall this plant is doing pretty okay. So the second plant, where I don't really know the name, is this one. I suspect it's Tillandsia ionantha, because it looks like, well, if you Google that name, that's what it looks like. So this one I got as a gift, has never bloomed for me. Yeah, not much to say about it right now. I know that the ionanthas, their flowers also don't really open. They are purple and they stay kind of closed. So the next one is Tillandsia funckiana. I actually got this from a local garden shop, and the reason I got this one was because the flowers are bright red. They do open a little bit. The flower actually reminds me, from what I've seen, reminds me of like a lipstick. So that's why I got this plant. From what I can tell, this should be blooming size. I've seen plants this size in bloom on Google, but this hasn't bloomed for me yet. It is pushing out a few pups, so hoping I can get some blooms on this. This is Tillandsia bergeri. When it blooms, it forms a flower spike, and at the end of a flower spike, there's a cluster of flowers, which are lavender with a little bit of white. This one is Tillandsia tectorum, and when it blooms, it produces a baby pink bract and many tiny light purple flowers. So that's why I got this one. This one is Tillandsia Stricte. Not much to say about it. When it blooms, it has pink bracts and purple flowers, and the flowers, they're not super big, but there's a large inflorescence with the bract. So that's why I got this one. So this one is Tillandsia diaguitensis. I think that's how you say it. And this one is known to have relatively large white flowers, which are fragrant. So that's why I got this one. Okay, so last but not least is Tillandsia recurvifolia, subsecundifolia. I think that's how you say it. I'll put the name below. So this particular variety blooms with reddish-orangish bracts and white flowers. I think that combination is very nice, so that's why I got this plant. In terms of care, they kind of just live within my orchid collection. So when you see my orchid updates, you'll see them in the background. In terms of watering, what I do is I just dunk them in my Vanda bucket for about 10-15 minutes. Sometimes I forget and leave them longer, that's fine. And when they're done, I take them out, shake out the water, and put them back in their place. One thing to keep in mind is when you're shaking out the water, be very gentle, because in the past, I guess I was a little too hard and managed to kill my plants. Basically what happened was I shook it too hard, and I guess I created a crack in the plant. Water got in and it rotted, so just be aware of that if you're not already aware. In terms of fertilizing, it has the same schedule as my orchids, so my current fertilizing schedule is fertilize, fertilize, flush, and then fertilize, fertilize, flush, and so on. So it's kind of the pattern I follow. So this year I'm really going to make an effort to try to bloom these guys. We'll see, but that's kind of my goal. So that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!